I promise there will be no Gordon Ramsay memes in this video. Except for that one. From the people who brought you Tetris, and I'm not talking about Soviet Russia. Although that would be funny. It's Yoshi's Cookie, released in 1993 for Game Boy, courtesy of Bulletproof Software, also available on NES, which we've sampled previously, as well as Super Nintendo, which we will sample because we might as well, I guess. I don't know. Anyways. Yoshi's Cookie is a puzzle game where your goal is to clear away all the constant barrage of cookies swarming your play area. You do this by lining up cookies of the same type in rows or columns, and this continues onwards until you clear all the cookies from the board. The faster you clear the screen, the bigger bonus you get, and if your tray starts to overflow with cookies, it's game over, and I already blew all the mediocre quips on the NES port, so I've got nothing left. It's for the best, really. Every time you fill one of these cookie meters, a cookie resembling Yoshi's head will appear and act as a wildcard for one of the other cookies you want to clear away. You can hold down the B button to accelerate the approaching wave of cookies, which is nice because sometimes when you only have a couple of cookies left to clear away, it'll take a while for the right pieces to come along and move you along, and after a while the cookies start to get stale and nobody can eat them. Except Yoshi, it can eat anything. Ah, now that explains everything. No, it doesn't. Where was I? Anyways. Doesn't matter. The game can be played with either 1 or 2 players requiring a game link to play the usual versus mode. You could choose to start from one of 10 rounds, with each round featuring 10 stages of cookie layouts for you to clear away. After clearing the 10th stage, you get an animated sequence involving Mario and Cookie Dough. We already made a comment about the cookie being alive and all that, so we'll forego that here. This is a somewhat straightforward game with a control scheme that might not be the most intuitive at first, but once you get the hang of things, and it can be a bit of fun at times. Though waiting for the right cookies to come along to kill the last 2 or 3 in a batch might take a while, and I had something clever to say, but I forgot about it. Probably because I've been waiting for the right cookies to come along and it's taking forever, so... Yoshi's Cookie maintains a fairly simple but concise layout. Your playfield is nice and large, taking up most of the screen, while the side is dedicated to cookie meters, Mario, and... Hey, they even found room to fit Yoshi in there, isn't that nice? The intermissions are on par with those on NES, save for the lack of color. And speaking of par, you have the same assortment of selectable music tracks as on NES, and other than a slight tinniness, they're solid recreations of some fairly average quality melodies. The sound effects are still kinda lame though, not much you could do to salvage that. Overall, Yoshi's Cookie is another fun, unique puzzle game to add to that Game Boy pile, which is not exactly a foreign concept, but this one certainly plays different enough from all those falling block variants that generally play similarly to each other, so if you're tired of those and you want something different, Yoshi's Cookie might be worth checking out.